Woohoo, it's working. I'm now streaming. Hey YouTube, I'm just making a ROM hack for Pokemon Platinum because I love this game and, well, I think there's a lot of changes I want to make because there's a lot of Pokemon that and moves and stuff that aren't aren't as good as they could be or really should be for this game. I've already made a lot of changes. I just realized I should probably just start streaming just in case. Cause like, never know. You never know what's gonna like make you big, get you new doors opening or whatever. It's 3 a.m. My thoughts are just kind of all over the place. Yeah, you can see where I was in the middle of starting this. Remove Needle Arm. It's only learned by a single, technically two Pokemon. It's as you might be able to guess, Cacturn and Cacnea. Now the weird thing is, and this is why I've changed the mechanic of it. It's learned at level 53. 53. Actually, I didn't check Cacnea. Does it learn it this earlier? No. Well, 45, but it evolves at level 32. So it's not going to learn that before it evolves. Now, what's weird about this is it has the chance to flinch. It may also make the target flinch, and it's got a good 30% chance of happening. 30% chance to make the target flinch. That's pretty good, right? But Cacnea's got 55 speed. Man, this guy's not outspeeding anything. Like, it's not outspeeding a single. Well, maybe some like. No, I actually don't see a reason where you'd ever outspeed something then hit it with Needle Arm on Cacturn, because most of the time it's gonna be like. Well, I guess rock types are usually kind of slow. I don't know though. So all I did was change the effect from a chance to flinch to it lowers defense automatically. It's guaranteed. Kept the power the same because what I did instead of increasing the power, because 60 power at level 53 is just not cutting it, I gave Cacturn the alternate ability for Technician. So 50-50 you'll get Sandville, I think it is, or Technician. Yeah, Sandville or Technician. And that opens up two entirely different playstyles with the Cacturn. You could go for a more status build with spikes and ingrain. Well, you're not using ingrain, but leech seed, protect, and then needle arm. You're not going to use. Well, you might, but Sandvale also gives an incentive to use Sandstorm, because that way you'll get like the evasion, and that's a little bit extra defense. And you can just like stall Pokemon out. Versus Technician, you're just hitting hard with things like Needle Arm and maybe even Fade Attack if you want to, because that it buffs Technician buffs it to 90 base power. Then Cacturn, being Dark type, gets Stab on it, which buffs it another 50%, which is up to 135, I believe. I could have that math wrong, but you get what I'm saying. It becomes a much stronger move than Sucker Punch would be. Sucker Punch will only be 120 power from the stab. But yeah. I'm seeing a warning on OBS. Warning. Can I lengthen the stream? The current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. I guess I can change that? Open widget. Wait, how do I change that? It's lower. We recommend that you use stream bitrate of 6800. I'm going to go into settings and I'm going to try and change that real quick. put... I guess I can't while I'm streaming. Is the stream like low quality or something? I'm gonna pull it up on a new tab. Go to my own channel. I've never really streamed before, so I don't fully know what I'm doing. Mute it instantly so I don't hear myself. No, the quality seems okay. I mean, as okay as it's gonna get. Yeah, that's Cacturn. I'm also heavily inspired by Smith Play's Legacy series, and I'm basing a lot of the move changes initially off of those. And there's a bunch of moves that were added in Gen 4 that I'll have to change too. I don't have to change them, but there's a few that I'm going to change. Like, for one, there was Bullet Seed, which I'm surprised that he didn't in Emerald Legacy buff, which has a base power of 10 in Generation 4, but in Generation 5 they buff it to 25. And he already in Emerald Legacy buffed a lot of multi-hit moves, so I figured that it would just make sense to make it match the power level of all the others. The only like exceptions to this are Fury Attack and Fury Swipes, which are at 18 power, but Double Slap. I think Double Slap is also 18 power. No, it's 20. Is Double Slap still power 20 in Search Double? In Gen 5? I don't know. Double Slap. Gen 5. It is power 15. No, it's still kind of weak. So that was one of the moves that I buffed. I actually have a full documentation that I'm keeping track of. There's that if you want to just pause it and screenshot it or whatever. Gotta keep that out of my way though. And I have the documentation up on my other monitor of all the moves that he's changed. I'm just going through type by type, one at a time. And Needle Arm was the most recent. Needle Arm was added in Generation 3, so it was not in Generation 2. Going back, it looks like Pedal Dance is next on the list. They buffed the power in Crystal Legacy from 70 to 90. Same for Yellow Legacy. Emerald Legacy, it's buffed to 100. I think it might be 90 base power in Generation 4. Let me check. Pedal Dance. No, it's one. They nerfed it. Wait, why did they nerf it? User text. I guess because they also buffed Thrash. I'm not nerfing Outrage though. They nerfed Outrage. I didn't nerf Outrage because Outrage has base 150 power. I think. Or no, it's 120. I'm going to leave Outrage as is. I was tempted to buff Thrash to the same 120 because it has the same exact effect. Did I close the tab with my stream? I did. Yes, I did do that. Good. So what was next? Pedal Dance. I'm not going to change this. I don't need to change this. It's fine as is. I'm not nerfing Outrage. I don't need to nerf Pedal Dance. So next up is Vine Whip. Vine Whip. It looks like they buffed it to 40 power. I think that's actually fine. I'm probably going to do that too, yeah. So DSPRE, Vine Whip, 35 to 40. Save, then I write that down. Vine Whip, BP plus 5, 35 to 40. Alright, next. I think that's all the grass type moves. Actually, I should be like... No, after I finished going through the moves they have changed, I'm going to go through all the moves that were added rather than going through every single move and judging for myself because I'm not trying to spend 7 years on this because I'm only doing this by myself for now. Let's see, I just did fire types. Next up is water. No, I mean, I did grass types. I did fire, then grass. Let's see, where's water on this list? There it is. There's the emeralds, there is the crystals, and there is the yellows. Okay, bubble. In Gen 1, they drop it down to 10 power. It's not changed in Gen 2. It stays at... Wait. Hold on. This is weird. Why did they drop Bubble's power level? In Gen 4, it's power 20. May also lower the target speed. Why would you nerf that? That doesn't need to be nerfed. It needs to be buffed, actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to buff this to 25 power. Nothing crazy, but something just a little bit stronger. Why not? Yeah, I'll lock it up to 25 power. That's not crazy, but it's something. It's just an early game move. It's not used very long anyway, because a lot of Pokemon that get bubble also get water gun very quickly after, because like Squirtle gets bubble at 7, water gun at 13. It doesn't have to move very long, so it's not a noticeable difference for a lot of them. Like Poliwag, bubble at 5, water gun at 11. It's a common theme. Okay, so let's write that down. I'm gonna put lines between the types so I know where they end, and for better visibility for myself. Alright, so bubble BP plus 5, 20 to 25. Alright, next up on the list, Clamp? Yeah, I'm going alphabetically, and Clamp is next on the list. Let's see, it's 35 power in Yellow Legacy, 35 power in Crystal Legacy. So it's the same across all three. The only difference is the accuracy increases from generation 1 to 2. Clamp base power. So I think that's actually a good change. Yeah, that's consistent with the other ones they've changed, because they changed Whirlpool, Fire Spin, all of those to have 100 accuracy, which I agree with. It's not really worth using. I did say this right. Yeah, it's not really worth using those. 75 accuracy. That is insanely low. The only two Pokemon that learned this, Clamperl at level 1 and Shelter at level 25. Does they have any better options at level... No. Wow. Shelter gets shafted with moves. That's kind of sad. You don't really get it till like the mid game though, do you? Where is it? In Platinum. Rally Wind works, but I think you get Surf after like Gym 3 or 4. I forget. Yeah, I'll just buff the accuracy to 100 and move on. 100, save. I have saved Clamp. I gotta tell myself I saved, otherwise I forget that I saved and I double save. Accuracy plus 25. 75 to 100. I save after like every single change. I'm very like paranoid with it. Let's see. Next up is a Crabhammer. I love Crabhammer. What an awesome sounding move. Dang, they buffed it from 90 power to 110. Let's look at the move and how it's distributed in Gen 4 before I consider buffing it though, because it might be different. Crabhammer. 90 base power. I am gonna bump its accuracy up to 100. It has a high crit ratio in this. Wait, why would they buff it to 110 power if it has a high crit ratio? That's kind of busted, especially since the only two Pokemon that really use it already have really high attack. Then again, Crawdaunt is really slow. I don't think it really needs to be buffed, though. It's like other things about Crawdaunt probably need to be changed. It gets the ability to shell. They both get that, dude. Hypercutter effects. Crabhammer, no. Wait, does it not? Oh no, you can't have it. I was thinking of Hypercutter. Not Hypercutter. Not that. What is that one that buffs slashing moves? Sharpness. That's what it's called. Yeah. There's an ability called Sharpness which buffs slashing moves. Makes them do more damage. Yeah, they get shell armor, so they don't really need more defenses because they're protected. Well, actually, wait. Their special defense awful. Their physical defense is good though, so I'm not gonna change anything here. I'm gonna leave this as is. I don't need. I'll just buff the accuracy and that's it. Because Night Slash, Shadow Claw, all of those moves that have high crit rate have high accuracy. I'm not actually gonna buff to 100 just because it has higher power than those ones. I'm gonna buff it to 95. Ooh, 10 PP. That's kind of low though. Wait, how much does Night Slash have? 15. I'm gonna buff Crabhammers to match Night Slashes because it has 5 lower accuracy. So let's write this down. Crabhammer accuracy plus 10, 85 to 95. PP plus 5, 10 to 15. I am documenting every single change that I make, which I should have started sooner because I might have missed a couple things. I started like midway through the normal type moves. Alright, next up on my list. I'm going to keep this like chat tab even though my chat has not said anything yet. Hello, one viewer, if you are there, welcome to the stream. Just have that on this monitor so I can see it at all times without having to tab out. Or no, that's not gonna work. Can I like, is there a way to like pin it to make it like the top? Like hover over other tabs even when I have other tabs selected? Is that an option? I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. Let's see, next up is Dive, it looks like. What did they do to Dive? It's only an Emerald Legacy. It's 80 base power. They increased the PP to 15. I actually completely agree with that change because it is a 2-turn move. And because it is a 2-turn move, you know, I didn't buff, what was it, Air Cutter? Why did it turn red? No, it's not that. It's something Cutter. There's a normal move that's a 2-turn move, has a high crit ratio that I didn't buff. So what I'm going to do to Dive is I'm going to give it the same high crit ratio. What was that move called? I need to check my logs. Cake. Huh. I guess I didn't change it. Well, I know they did, so I can easily scroll and find that. What? It's not Skull Bash, I know that for a fact. Huh. It's not Mega Kick. Razor Wind is what it was. Razor Wind, high crit ratio on the second turn. Although Razor Wind doesn't give the immunity that Dive does, so I might not actually do that. Also, I'm just now noticing that they changed Slam to Dragon type in Yellow Legacy, but that is not the case for the other two games. Which makes sense because Gen 1 has like no Dragon type moves whatsoever. So it's completely understandable that they would do that. I kind of want to just give it a little more damage. Because Dive, let's be real, who uses Dive in combat? Just buff it to 90 and call it a day. Dive. Oh, press the wrong button. It's 10, 80 to 90. I increased the PP also. I'm starting to get pretty tired now that I started streaming. It figures that it would wait for me to start streaming for the fatigue to come along. But that's okay. I do not mind. Yeah, this one. Alright. Now that Dive is done. Hydro Pump. It's kind of weird. So Yellow Legacy and Crystal Legacy both change Hydro Pump. What do they do to it though? Hydro Pump. 120 power, 80 accuracy. In these two games, it has 120 power and 85 accuracy. The extra 5 accuracy and the 10 PP are the changes they made. I do agree with the accuracy, and they probably did the same thing to Fire Blast, right? Not in Gen 1, no. Wait, Fire Blast, I didn't look at Fire Blast. What is Fire Blast's accuracy? 85. So yes, I am going to do that. What? Pump. So yeah, 85 accuracy. That's the only thing I'm going to change there. I'm going to leave the low accurate or the low PP because I do think it has a strategic element to the game. Hydro Pump. Accuracy plus 5. 80 to 85. Although I kind of get why they had it a little bit lower than Fire Blast, because Water is a much better defensive type because it has a lot less weaknesses. Type chart. Because if we look here, Fire has 4 weaknesses, Water has 3. Grass has 3. Oh wait, no. I read that wrong. Water has 2 weaknesses, Fire has 3. Yeah, I read that completely wrong. And Grass has a whopping 5. It's not very fair. To Grass types, anyway. I think it's very unfortunate, but it does make sense for all these types to be super effective against Grass. All 5 of those. Alright, anyway. Moving on from Hydro Pump. I have documented it. Scroll back down. Hydro Pump to Muddy Water is next, which is only in Generation 3. Well, they might have changed the type. No, I doubt it. No, they didn't do that. So Muddy Water is 85 base power is what they have it set to, and 95 accuracy. So search Muddy Water. 90 and 85. It looks like they nerfed the accuracy? Wait, what is it in Gen 3? In Gen 3, it's 95 base power, 85 accuracy. They swapped those. Yeah, they just swapped the numbers. I actually agree with that because lowering accuracy is a super good, super good status. So, Muddy Water is gonna just get that done. And then I document it. Muddy Water, BP minus 10. It's 95 to 85. And accuracy plus 10. 85 to 95. I'm going to pass out here pretty soon. But I'll enjoy a stream a little bit longer first. Alright, next up on my list looks like Octazooka, which I'm pretty sure only like 2 Pokemon lines learn. I misspelled that. Let's see. 3 lines learn it. Yep. And only 1 actually is realistically gonna get it in an actual playthrough of it. This Octazooka, what do they even do to this thing? They buffed its accuracy to 100. It has 65 base power. What does its effect do? May also lower accuracy. What level is it learned at? It tells me right here, 25. Yeah, that's fine because it learns Hydro Pump at a later level. Bubble Beam for speed, Octazooka for accuracy. No, it doesn't actually. It doesn't learn a single better water move by level. You'd have to use a TM for Hydro Pump. Wait, this is Gen 4, right? Yes. Where's Hydro Pump? It does learn this, right? Yes. No? Does it not learn Hydro Pump? Huh? What? That is kind of ridiculous. Why would it not learn Hydro Pump? I know Hydro Pump's a TM. Kingdra learns Hydro Pump, right? By level up. And so then definitely by TM. There's not a Hydro Pump TM? Am I crazy? I thought there was. I legitimately thought there was a Hydro Pump TM. What? I'm losing my mind. We're gonna see the TMs in Gen 4. Pokemon Platinum TMs. Okay, I'm gonna open up this and I'm just gonna Control F Hydro. It is not a TM. I am going to modify Octillery and just let it learn Hydro Pump at like level 50 or something. Yeah, I'm gonna give it Hydro Pump at level 52? 51 will be nice. Okay, so that means I have to save, close, and then I'm gonna open up Pokemon Editor. I have to open up my... Sorry for the flashbang, if anyone just got flashbanged there by the light. Artillery is going to get... Oh. Synchronize chosen Pokemon. I don't know why it's not on by default. Learn set. Hydro Pump. What? Hydro Pump at level 51. Add. Boom. Alright. Now let me look at its stats while I'm already modifying it. What are your stats? You are really friggin' slow. Dang! It's even slower than Cacturn! Bro, that's sad. What are its stats? Let's see. 210 plus 150, so that's 255. No, 260. Then no, I messed that up. It's 360. And plus 75 is 435. It's got about 480. That's pretty decent. I want to give it just like 10 HP. So it gets one shot by just like a couple less Pokemon. Artillery. Plus 10 HP. What are its abilities? Suction Cups and Sniper. I think that's fine. Plus 10 HP. And added Hydro. Maybe not Hydro Pump. Maybe Scald is not in this generation. So man, there really is like, I guess it has to like keep Surf as its best water move. Wait, I can't do that then. I might have to remove that and undo that. Because of Sniper, and if you give it a scope lens. Well, no, because like any Pokemon can learn Giga Impact. And it already learns Hyper Beam. And if it crits with Hyper Beam, a lot of stuff's going to die to that. What other? It also gets Fire Blast, so there's no reason that it doesn't also get Hydro Pump. Like, come on. Make it make sense. Come on, Game Freak. At Hydro Pump. At level 51. Seriously, there's so many issues with this game. If they just had a bigger team or like spent more time on these games, they could all be fantastic. They could be masterpieces. But they don't do that. And it really saddens me. Because I've loved these games for such a long time. Oh, right. I was also in the middle of like changing Octazooka. So now that I've changed that, it is saved, and I'm going to move that to editor. Octazooka. They buffed its base power to 70, which I fully agree with. Because Kingdra's never going to use this. No, 100 accuracy. Let's be real. Kingdra is not using Octazooka when it has Hydro Pump. And it only gets it as an egg move anyway. And are you really going to be breeding a Kingdra to get a Horsey that knows water or Hydro Pump in the middle of your playthrough? No. And there's not going to be any competitiveness in there's no like tournaments going on with this game. So I kind of actually want to remove that. Remove Hydro Pump from it and just give it Octazooka at like 100 power. But then I'd have to like increase the level it learns that at. It was like level 25. So I'm not going to do that because that's also more work that I don't really feel like doing. Let's see. So Octazooka. What did I change it to? Buffed it to 70 power, 100. Yeah, it's learned at level 25, so it can't be too strong. It's 565 to 70. ACC plus 15, 85 to 100. Alright, next up was Rain Dance, I believe, which they just increased the PP of. And I don't think I've changed any weather moves yet, so this would be the first one. I also don't really fully agree with them changing or nerfing Miltank's milk drink PP. But I get why they did that in Crystal Legacy especially. Because Miltank, that thing is beast when Whitney's using it. Under Whitney's command, the thing will murder you. But anyway, Rain Dance plus 5 PP. I think having an extra 5 power points on all the weather moves is totally okay. Wait, I did that for Sunny Day too, right? Let me check this right now. I did, yes, which means I can just copy paste that actually. Rain Dance. Done. And then I off the PP. Why did I press enter there? Enter doesn't do anything. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do Sandstorm while it's like fresh in my mind. Sandstorm. Same thing. That's not what I meant to change. Sand attack is not getting changed. Oh, it already has 10 PP. Well, I don't need to do anything to Sandstorm. Wait, that's not fair. How come Sandstorm gets 10 PP? Alright, what about Hail? Hail has 5 PP. Yeah, no, it has 10. Huh? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. So that's all 4 weather moves. Okay. Next up on my list is, looks like Waterfall. And then Whirlpool. See, in the previous 3 generations, Waterfall has a base power of 80 but does not have a chance to flinch, is what I'm seeing from their change log. I actually did not know that because I've never used Waterfall like in battle prior to Gen 5, I think. Like, I've had to use it, obviously, because it's an HM move, but I never knew that it didn't have the flinch chance in previous generations. Well, now I know. I don't need to change Waterfall, though. It's fine as it is. I'm just going to change Whirlpool to be consistent with the other trapping moves that I've changed, like Fire Spin. Let's double check and make sure it actually is different, though. Whirlpool. Base power, yeah, we're going to buff the base power to 35, as with the other one, then the accuracy to 100. So, there we go. It just lagged for a moment. I keep pressing Control S to save. I've been doing this for a long time. I just can't get out of this habit of pressing Control S to save. It kind of frustrates me, but it's also a good habit to have. Alright, now that I'm done with the first 3 elemental types, let's do Ice, because Ice doesn't have a lot. Nah, I'll go by the Crystal Legacy because it seems like a lot easier or harder to scroll through. So they have Fighting listed next. I also didn't realize that Arm Thrust was added in Generation 4. I thought it was added in Gen 5. Shows that I know. Arm Thrust, they made it the same as Fury attack in terms of power. Alright, let's go to my little document, add my line, add in Arm Thrust, BP plus 3. Or wait. I can just copy paste that, can't I? It already has 100 accuracy, so I just need to write BP plus 3, 15 to 18. Boom. Done. That one was easy. Alright. Next up looks like Cross Chop. They increased the accuracy to 85 in Crystal Legacy and 90 in Emerald Legacy. What I forget what Cross Chop's secondary effect is. I haven't used it in a long time. High crit ratio. Then wait. It has 100 power, so yeah, making it super accurate is a very dangerous place to go with that. It also has 10 PP in their version, but I'm not adding the 10 PP. I'm not adding that. I'm only increasing the accuracy by 5. There's also a chance that... Hold on, let me write this down. People playtest this and realize this feels too weak. We need more accuracy. Then I'm like, oh fine, I'll reduce the power a little bit and I'll increase the accuracy. But I don't want to do that. I think having high power, low accuracy moves is an important part of the game. And like part of its identity. It's always been part of its identity. Like, you know, with in Gen 1, Fire Blast was added. Or added, it was part of the game in Generation 1. And it has been ever since. So naturally it's like part of the identity. It's always been there. Can't remove that. That's important. Alright, next up is Dynamic Punch. They just added 5 PP. You know what? Dynamic Punch, because it's 50% accurate, I'm going to actually add the 5 PP. Since it's... You literally get to hit half of these. So effectively having only 5 PP means you get 2 or 3 hits on average. Whereas with 10 PP, you get an average of about 5. Alright, now we go to my handy dandy little notepad. And punch. Is Iron Fist an ability in this generation? I'm gonna Google it. Iron Fist. When was this added? Hitmonchan, Gen 3. Ability Keen Eye. Yes, it was a thing in Generation 4, so punching moves are a thing. I don't see an option to like mark it as a punch, so let's see. I'm not sure how it designates which moves are affected by Iron Fist. I'm sure it has like a list in a script somewhere that I'm not sure where it goes. It doesn't really matter though. Not right now at least. Alright, so PP plus 5. 10, that's done. Next up. High jump kick. What did they change? They just increased the damage in Yellow Legacy and in Crystal Legacy. And probably also in Emerald Legacy. Let's check its... Let's see. What is it? It is 100 power, 90 accuracy. It is only used by 3 Pokemon. And you're not doing any breeding. I don't believe most people breed for egg moves in their playthroughs. And even if they could, or even if they did, most people who play this are probably going to be doing like challenge runs of it. I think. I'm not sure. That's what I would do anyway. And I don't do any breeding whenever I play through a game. So I'm just going off my own experience, but I could be wrong. I doubt it, but I could be. So I am going to probably leave... No, because... Wait. Pure Power. Pure Power is such a weird ability. Because, like, why? Why is this even a thing? It's Medichamp's only ability in this generation. And in Gen 5, all it gets is telepathy. Telepathy is awful. I want to give Medicham Iron Fist. I really, really do. Why can't you? Oh, there we go. I might actually do that. Because Medicham isn't really that good. Let's see. 180, 260, plus 150 is 410 is its stats. Plus Pure Power makes its attack effectively 120, so 470 total. It's not good. It's just not. It outspeeds a decent amount of Pokemon, but otherwise, it's it doesn't have that oomph, that chutzpah to it, you know? What other Pokemon even get this ability? I know Azumarill does. Is it showing only for like Gen 4? No. Or no, it's huge power that Azumarill gets. But like, yeah, it's Medicham's only ability. Let's look at its moves. Force Palm, that's not a punch move. It doesn't get enough punch moves to really justify that. Hmm. I don't know. Well, yeah, no, those are egg moves. What can we do with this? I guess I'll ponder on it and I'll figure something out later. Because I have no ideas for it at the moment, but I'll figure something out eventually. Anyway, high jump kick. I'll buff it to 120 as they did. Wait, that's not what I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm gonna save this to make sure it doesn't change any further, and then high jump kick gets changed to 120. Then in my little document, jump kick plus 20, 100 to 120. Save. Alrighty. I can go ahead and close that and move on to the next move. So jump kick, maybe? That is indeed the next one. So they buffed it by 20 power, and that seems to be the only change. Versus an Emerald Legacy, it's already... Oh yeah, no, they did the same thing in all three games, and I think that's acceptable, so I'm going to do that. It's not what I meant to open. Alright, so regular jump kick. It's a 5 power boost. I think that's fine. I'll just copy that. Just blatantly plagiarize their work. Is it really plagiarizing, though, if I give them credit? I'm not sure. Plagiarizing is like passing something off as your own, right? Take the work and pass it off as one's own. So yes, since I gave them credit, I am not plagiarizing them. I am crediting them. Okay, so jump kick, done. Next up on the list is low kick. They buffed its accuracy in Emerald and not Emerald and Yellow and Crystal Legacy, so let's see. They don't have the number changes in Emerald Legacy. They just have the flat numbers versus in Yellow and Crystal Legacy document that I'm looking at, they have the numbers that they've changed, as in they have, for example, high jump kick's base power was changed to 120, and the 120 is in blue, and below it is a plus 35, which means that they increase it by 35. So it's up from 85 or whatever it was. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what that was. Oh, I forgot about Karate Chop. Looks like Karate Chop was not changed in Emerald or Crystal Legacy, so probably is fine. Karate Chop. Base power 50, 100% accurate. Wait, what? That's Gen 1. Yeah, there's no reason to change this. It's fine as it is. Because it's an early game attack. Actually, I might want to nerf it by like maybe 5 points. I think maybe just 5 points is fine. Because the high crit ratio does mean it's going to be doing a lot more than a lot of other Pokemon are. What is Razor Leaf? What is its power? 55, actually. Then in that case, I can just leave it as is. It'll be fine. Alright, next up is, looks like, ooh, Mach Punch. Mach Punch in Crystal Legacy, they changed it to give it 10 power, up from 40 to 50. Let's check it. Base power 40. I don't think that's necessary to buff because other priority moves like Ice Shard have the same power. Did they buff Ice Shard in the same one? Because if they did, then that's consistent, and I can probably... They did not buff Ice Shard in this one. And if they did not buff Ice Shard in it, then I'm not buffing this either. Especially since Ice Shard is, like, four times effective on, like, a bunch of Pokemon. Tropius, Rayquaza, Garchomp, Flygon, Salamence. A bunch of heavy hitters are weak to Ice Shard. And Mach Punch is the same situation with Aggron. Let's see. There's more dual types that it's super... Tyranitar, heavy hitters, it's super effective, so 4 times effective against those Pokemon. Therefore, it doesn't really need the extra power, in my opinion. It's fine as it is. I'm not changing it. I'll probably go for about 15 more minutes, then I'm going to end stream. I'm going to pass out. I'm like super tired. Yeah, Mach Punch is not getting changed. Next up is Rock Smash, it looks like. It's buffed to 60% in Crystal Legacy. It's not changed in Gen 1. I don't know if it's even in Gen 1. I don't remember. I think it is. Let's see. Buffed to 60 in Emerald Legacy. Fine, I'll type the whole name in. Cerebi. I love you, Cerebi, but you annoy me sometimes. Base power 40. It is an HM move, and like a ton of Pokemon can learn it. And you get it before or no, after the first gym. I think giving it 50 power is okay, but 60 power is too much because that's what they have it set to. Because again, first gym gives it to you, Rourke, after you defeat him, and that's at level 16. Come on. Let's scroll down. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Platinum. 14. Level 14, you don't need a 60 power move at level 14. Most Pokemon do not get that. I'm gonna make it 50 power and I'm moving on. Did they change the PP too? No, they did not. Okay. Let's see. Next up on the list. Rolling Kick. In Gen 1, they gave it more power. In Gen and accuracy. In Gen 2, they gave it more accuracy. In Gen 3, they gave it more accuracy. Okay. I guess that's all. Well, no, they gave it more PP in Gen 3 as well. Rolling Kick. Ooh. What a cool move. For real. 60 power, 85 accuracy, and Emerald Legacy, they give it 70. It is learned by a single Pokemon in Hitmonlee at level 9, and or no, 2, and Hitmontop at level 1. So when it evolves, basically. Hitmontop, I don't really think it needs a big buff, but I will probably give it the accuracy at least. Because does it learn... It does learn close combat later. We'll see in mid-game. I'm going to buff Triple Kick, which it looks like they also did. They made it 30 power. Ooh, wait. Yeah, it becomes more powerful each successive hit. Then let me look at Triple Axle. Triple Axle was added in Gen 8. Base power is 20. Accuracy is 90. I am going to make it 95 accuracy. Triple Kick. I'll make it 95 accuracy and give it the 20 power. Because... $20, $40, $60. So it's effectively 30, 60, 90. 30, 60, 90 is 180 power. Yeah, that's plenty. It doesn't need more than that. So Triple Kick, I will open up the wrong text document. Write down as... I forgot to actually write down what I did for Rolling Kick. And then it's accuracy +5, 90 to 95. Okay, and then for Rolling Kick, Hitmonlee does not learn Triple Kick though, so I think it does learn Double Kick though, which Double Kick might deserve a buff. Who else learns Double Kick? A lot of Pokemon at early levels. Not a lot, a few. So what level does this evolve at? 20. I think buffing Double Kick to 40 power is probably fine. Especially since Hitmonlee is not necessarily good Pokemon. It is pretty good attack. I'll buff it to 40. So I'm gonna write down double kick. BP plus 10, 30 to 40. And if I am convinced later that this was a bad change, I will revert it. Basically, though, with stab, this becomes a 120 power move versus being 90 power when it was the its base stats. Let's double kick is really not learned by a lot of Pokemon, and that's factoring in stab too with hit only. With the other Pokemon, it's not stab, so there's no worry about it. Or no, with Combusken and Blaziken, they get stabbed. Oh, getting really tired. I'll leave it at that for now. I can be convinced to change it back, but probably will not unless I'm given really good argumentation for doing so. Alright, that's double kick changed, and rolling kick I didn't actually change yet. I can go ahead and make it... What did they change it to? They made it 100% accurate, right? Yes, they did, and it has 70 power in Emerald Legacy. I'll give it 65. No, I won't. I'll give it a 70. Because rolling kick is learned by exactly 2 Pokemon through level up, or rather through evolving, because you're not gonna have level 9 hit only. It doesn't really happen. So yeah, that's fine. Let's do the same thing that they did, 70 power, 100% accuracy. So plus 5, plus 15. Or no, plus 10, plus 15. Okay, rolling kick is done. So, submission? No, Sky Uppercut first, then submission. Okay. Sky Uppercut, yeah! Hits opponents using Fly. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so it looks like 590. They've changed it to 90 power, 95 accuracy. I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah, especially since it's only learned by 2 lines. Except by breeding. Oh, it's a late game move. Wait, yo, that changes things. Yeah, actually, no, I'm gonna buff this to 80 power. Not 80, 95 power. Maybe even 100. Sky Uppercut. 5. Now we'll stick to an even 90 and the 95 accuracy. Accuracy plus 5 from 90 to 95. Right? Yeah. I like when I can just copy paste because I've changed the same numbers in other spots and I don't have to type it out. It's very convenient for me. Doesn't happen too often though. Okay, next up we have submission. All right, let's check it. 80-80. Who learns it and when? It looks like a mid-game move. So having 80 accuracy, having recoil and 80 accuracy with this mid base power is just not worth it. I fully agree with their changes here. I'm buffing it to 90 accuracy, or not 90 base power and 100% accuracy. So submission 90, 100. Save. So I keep pressing the wrong notepad. I need to just close this. I'm not using it. BP plus 10. Submission. Save. I'll do one more move. Let's finish out the fighting list. I think Vital Throw is the last one. That's what it looks like. Yes, Vital Throw is the last fighting type move that I gotta change. Or don't gotta, but probably gotta. 70 power normally. Accuracy 0. Wait. Oh, it never misses. Wait, so they just changed the PP from 10 to 20. That it's yeah, that's fine. I'll do that too. It's not even a very late game move or too strong to really have such low PP. Priority -1. Huh. Cannot miss goes last. 70 PP. Or base power. It's an alright move. Alright, that's enough for now. Thank you, anyone who watched this far. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you later. As soon as I figure out how to actually end the stream. There it is.